My PhD research focuses on social support within private social network sites and educator well-being. This is an important research topic as there is a positive association between psychological well-being, health and social support. Connecting with others, building relationships and giving and receiving support has always been a critical part of being an educator, as it is a stressful profession and a lack of support can be a significant factor behind educators leaving. The COVID-19 pandemic has rekindled the conversation around the challenges that educators face daily. Educators have faced increased psychological and emotional pressure as a result of the shift to online, resulting in added stress and anxiety, which may have an influence on well-being well beyond the emergency provision. According to Cairns et al. 2020, COVID-19 has fundamentally recontextualized the relationships between people, technology, and loneliness, and it is now widely acknowledged that the well-being of both staff and students should be a key priority for institutions. It has been shown that social support received through online channels contributes to well-being. However, the concept of social support is complicated and difficult to conceptualize, define, and measure. This has resulted in a variety of research approaches and a call for a better understanding of social support and more research into the relationship between social network sites and social support. There have been many studies that have investigated social support within the public arena, but little is known about social support in social network sites when used privately. My research aims to address this gap. As an educator, I have first-hand experience of social support gained from participation in private social network site groups within my own personal learning network. My experiences have highlighted the value of social support as well as the various roles and practices that have influenced my own well-being. As a result, I aim to include my personal experience in my research. The purpose of my research, therefore, is to explore the essential nature and underlying meaning of social support and the impact on well-being as experienced by educators within the context of private social networking sites. It will address the gaps identified in the literature regarding the complex relationship between social support and social network sites, and in doing so is a response to a specific call to understand the psychological, social and neuroscientific effects of COVID-19. I have identified key aspects from the literature that may help to understand educator experiences of social support, including the social support typology by House, online teacher support roles by Kelly and Antonio, and the social presence model by Whiteside. My initial reading has also revealed key methodological recommendations for the study of social networks and highlighted specific lenses that may be useful to draw upon, such as the Interpersonal Connections Behaviours Framework and the PERMA framework. I'm still working on my exact research questions, but at the moment this is what I'm planning to ask. How do educators experience social support and how does this impact well-being? What types of social support and educator roles are experienced? How is social presence experienced? What behaviours and practices do educators engage in that facilitate social support and well-being? And finally, how can positive well-being be best fostered amongst educators within private social network sites? As an open educator, I recognise that my personal values and views will influence how I understand this study. Aspects such as empathy, sharing, caring and openness are fundamental to me in relation to how people sense social support. I wish to understand the meaning of the experience of social support from the perspective of educators within private social network sites. And as it is my own experience that has sparked my interest in this area, I believe it is critical to employ a qualitative technique that allows for investigation of lived experiences while also speaking to my own autobiographical experience. I therefore intend to use a heuristic inquiry approach. This allows me to take a creative approach, which is person-centred, and understanding how educators experience social support in private social network sites and how it affects their well-being may help other educators build future relationships and establish successful support networks. If you're interested in what I'm doing, I'd love to get in contact with you. Please do get in touch with me on Twitter @Debbaff. Thanks for your time. Bye then.